Ezekiel chapter 12. And there is a word of Yahweh to me, saying, Son of man, you are dwelling in the midst of the house of rebellion, that have eyes to see, and they have not seen, they have ears to hear, and they have not heard, for they are a house of rebellion. And you, son of man, make your vessels of removal, and remove by day before their eyes, and you have removed from your place to another place before their eyes. It may be they consider, for they are a house of rebellion. And you have brought forth your vessels as vessels of removal by day before their eyes, and you go forth in the evening before their eyes, as the goings forth of a removal. You dig through the wall before their eyes, and you have brought forth by it. Carry on the shoulder before their eyes, bring forth in the darkness, cover your face, and you do not see the earth. For I have given you as a sign to the house of Israel. And I do so as I have been commanded. I have brought forth my vessels as vessels of removal by day, and I have dug through the wall with my hand in the evening, and I have brought forth in the darkness. I have carried away on the shoulder before their eyes. And there is a word of Yahweh to me in the morning, saying, Son of man, have they not said to you, the house of Israel, the house of rebellion, what are you doing? Say to them, Thus said Lord YHWH, this burden concerns the prince in Jerusalem, and all the house of Israel who are in their midst. Say, I am your sign. As I have done, so it is done to them. Into a removal, into a captivity, they go. As for the prince who is in their midst, he carries on the shoulder in the darkness, and he goes forth. They dig through the wall to bring forth by it. He covers his face, that he may not look on the very surface of the land. And I have spread my net for him, and he has been caught in my snare. And I have brought him to Babylon, the land of the Chaldeans, and he does not see it, and he dies there. And all who are around him to help him, and all his bands, I scatter to every wind, and I draw out a sword after them. And they have known that I am Yahweh, in my scattering them among nations. And I have spread them through lands, and I have left of them a few in number, from the sword, from the famine, and from the pestilence, so that they recount all their abominations among the nations to where they have come, and they have known that I am Yahweh. And there is a word of Yahweh to me, saying, Son of man, eat your bread in haste, and drink your water with trembling and with fear. And you have said to the people of the land, Thus said Lord YHWH concerning the inhabitants of Jerusalem, concerning the land of Israel. They eat their bread with fear, and drink their water with astonishment, because its land is desolate, because of its fullness, because of the violence of all who are dwelling in it. And the cities that are inhabited are laid waste, and the land is a desolation, and you have known that I am Yahweh. And there is a word of Yahweh to me, saying, Son of man, what is this allegory to you concerning the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged, and every vision has perished? Therefore say to them, Thus said Lord YHWH, I have caused this allegory to cease, and they do not use it as an allegory in Israel again, but speak to them, The days have drawn near, and every vision has spoken. For there is no longer any vain vision and flattering divination in the midst of the house of Israel. For I, Yahweh, speak. The word that I speak, it is done. It is not prolonged any more. For in your days, O house of rebellion, I speak a word, and I have done it. A declaration of Lord YHWH. And there is a word of Yahweh to me, saying, Son of man, behold, the house of Israel is saying, The vision that he is seeing is not for many days, and he is prophesying of far-off times. Therefore say to them, Thus said Lord YHWH, None of my words are prolonged any more. When I speak a word, it is done. A declaration of Lord YHWH.